this is Jenny from Haphazard Book Nook. I am here to do the Midyear Freakout Tag. I don't actually know who was the creator of this tag. I just know it's been around BookTube for a while. Since I'm starting this channel halfway through the year, I figured it would be a good way for you guys to see what kind of books that I have read in the first half of the year. I'm going to go out of order a little bit just because I am going to do end of year goals at the end as well. All right, so the first question is best book of the year so far. And for me, that is Rust Colored Rain by Otto Schaefer. This was a surprise to me also because I actually got this off TikTok because I love the packaging that his books have. I'll try to insert some pictures here of the packaging that it came with. It had really gorgeous like bloody packaging and stuff, so I really wanted to get it just because the packaging looked cool, and then I ended up loving the book and I cannot wait until the second book comes out in July. The second question is, what is the best sequel you have read so far this year? And for me, that is Highlander Most Wanted by Maya Banks. I actually love both books in the series, and I'm really sad that the third one hasn't come out and might not ever come out. There's a lot of good disability rep in both of them. The first one has a main female character who is deaf. The second one has a disfigured female main character. So it's just really nice to see a little bit of that representation. All right, question 3 is new releases that you want to read but haven't yet. This one just came out, so it's kind of cheating, but Leather and Lark by Bryn Weaver. I'm actually doing this as a traveling book with some of my friends, so I have to wait to get it. I will actually be getting this book until August because I need it to be able to take with me to get signed when I go to Sinners and Stardust in Boston this year. But as soon as I get to read it, I know it's going to be great. All right, so the next question is, what is the biggest disappointment? So for me, that would have to be The Woodkin by Alexander James. I was very excited. This was the very first book I ever got from Twisted Retreat, and it is beautiful. And I love outdoor horror books. But this one just did not hit it for me. It was not what I wanted and not what I expected. The cover for it, though, is absolutely gorgeous. All right, so for biggest surprise for me so far this year, I'm going to go with the first 2 books in the Wayward Children series by Shauna Maguire. I had tried to read this a couple years ago, and I just didn't like it. I tried reading it again this year with some of my friends, and I absolutely loved it and read the first 2 books extremely quickly. I still have to read the third one. This is the bind-up that has the first 3 books in it, and I cannot wait to get the rest of them. So for favorite debut or new to you author, I actually have 2 because one is a repeat. The first one is Otto Schaefer because, again, I cannot wait to get the second book of his. The other one is going to be William F. Gray. He wrote Our Father's Burden, which is everything I wanted The Woodkin to be, but it wasn't. It's an outdoor creature feature and was amazing. I highly recommend the audiobook to this. It was great. All right, the next question is newest fictional crush. I don't really get fictional crushes, but I really did like the main male character in Pen Pal by J.C. Geisinger. I think that he did a really good job supporting the main female character and being there for her, especially at the end when everything happens and everything comes to a conclusion. You can really tell that he cared about her and just wanted her to be happy. As for my newest favorite character in general, it's going to be Miriam from War by Laura Thalassa. She's a very strong FMC and she sacrifices a lot to be able to help the other people that are living in their camp. So for books that made me happy, Kringle Academy is definitely one of them. I love Jack Frost, so I was very excited to see him in this book. The ending went a little off the rails for me, but for the majority of the book, I really loved it. As for books that made me cry, I actually don't cry at books. I've only cried at a book once a long time ago. I have actually been searching for books that will make me cry because I hear about a lot of people who say this book made me sob, and I read it and it just doesn't do that for me. So if you have any recommendations for books that will make me cry, put them down below and I will try to read them and see if they work for me. All right, the next question is the most beautiful book you've gotten this year. When I started out buying Twisted Retreat editions with The Woodkin, I had to go back and get past books so that I could complete the collection. And my favorite one that I have acquired so far this year is called Clawheart Mountain. I actually still need to read this book, but the heistiness of it sounds amazing. So going back to a question from earlier in this tag, it is actually, what book are you most anticipated to be released in the second half of the year? And for me, it is The Butcher Game by Elena Urquhart. I loved The Butcher and the Wren by her, and I cannot wait to read the sequel and see what happens, because the ending of the first book was wild. And then the last official question for this tag is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? And I don't have any books that I absolutely have to read by the end of the year, aside from the traveling books that I do with my friends. I'm a patron of Maggie from Maggie's Books and Stuff. And in her group, we do a traveling book system where there's a group of us, we read a book once a month, send it on to the next person, and then we get the new book. And it just goes in a circle until you get your original book back, with comments from all the past members who read it. My selection for the last round was Butcher and Blackbird, and you can see all of the tabs. Each color is a different person's notes, and we write in it different notes for each other to read as well. So now I'm just going to do some 2024 second half of the year goals. So for this, one of my goals is to post once a week on YouTube, and also to get better about posting on Instagram. I started a new Instagram at the same time that I started posting on this channel, and I feel like I've been doing okay with posting on it. I just want to make sure I stay on a rhythm of posting on Instagram, as well as posting on YouTube consistently. Along the same lines, I would like to make more friends on YouTube, on Instagram, the different bookish communities. I already have quite a few from different Discord groups, but I would just like to get more. It's the main reason why I created this channel. So I would like to expand that. I would also like to be able to do a live stream for reading sprints once a month. My friend over at My Kind of Steph is actually going to be doing this with me. So we plan on doing a reading sprint live stream once a month. My next goal is to participate in 1 to 2 readathons throughout the rest of the year. I know that I will already be participating in the Romance 2024 readathon from Maggie's Books and Stuff, but I would like to find another readathon that I can participate in as well. All right, and then my last goal, which isn't so much a goal as something that's already planned, is I'm going to go to Boston to the Sinners and Stardust book convention, which I'm very excited about. I've never been to Boston. I've never been to an actual book convention before. So I'm excited to be able to go experience that, find new authors. I'm going to meet up with Maggie, hopefully just see different areas around Boston, have a really good experience, and I would love to try to vlog it. But we'll see how that goes though. All right, so that was the end of your freakout tag and my goals for the second half of 2024. If you have any questions or any recommendations for books that should make me cry, leave them down below. Like and subscribe if you want to. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Bye. So I'm gonna go a little, God.